Hi. Hi, that was weird. So it's been brought to my attention several times that in almost every conceivable little video I do where I talk about myself, I'm wearing the exact same coloured top. Now, I did not realise that. I definitely have some sort of weird uniform. And it's this weird kind of olivey green colour. I really like it. And I like a low cut top. Don't know why. I just feel so restricted when they're like this, and it makes me look fatter. I just sort of need some sort of neck because it goes chin, shoulders. So I don't know, I feel like this helps with the neck situation. I wanted to talk about things we remember from our childhood. Now, I'm 30 years old. If you're from the ages of 25 to 35, I feel like you'll be aware of these things and remember these things as your childhood. Now, I remember watching some amazing shows like Art Attack from the BBC with Neil. This is Art Attack. Dun 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 dun. Great theme. And then the camera would pan up and he'd be like sweeping the hair. Remember when he swept the hair into this giant face? What a show. Remember like Banana Man and other shows.
Eric is Banana Man, ever alert for the call to action.
Banana Man, Johnson and Friends, Super Ted, and I went back and I YouTubed some of them to rewatch them because I was like, I'm a huge fan of you. I'm going to watch you again. And then you watch them, and they are the most boring television show in the history of the world. Now, I loved Eliza Thornberry, like the Thornberrys, and then I watched it again, and it was so boring. Rugrats. Oh my God. I used to cry if I couldn't watch Rugrats, and then I watched it again, and it was really boring, and I was really disappointed. I mean, it's a show aimed at 9-year-olds, and I may have been 29 at the time of rewatching it. But it didn't appeal to me as a 29-year-old. And I was broken because I wanted to watch it and I wanted to enjoy it. I had mildly religious parents. Dad was a Catholic and we were made to go to church every Sunday. Now, as a child, your weekends are the only time you have to not go to school. So the last thing you want to do is go to bloody church. If you are religious and you choose to go to church, that's absolutely amazing. I hummus day to you. I just said hummus day.
Hummus day to you. Hummus day to you.
Always thinking about food. It's namaste. Going to church, I had to pretend to be sick on a Sunday just to miss church. Never ever did my parents buy it, so we had to go into church. Now, there was 4 of us, so I've got 3 triplet brothers who are 5 years younger. So I would have been maybe 12, 13, anywhere from 9 to like 13. And my mum would come. Mum was Anglican. Oh, it's against my religion. Shut up, Mum. Actually, oh my God. Do you know why we had to go to church on a Sunday? It just clicked. My mum couldn't give 2 shits if we grew up religious or not. She just wanted 45 minutes of peace. That makes so much sense. Oh my God. I cannot believe I just thought of that just then. Well, that foregoes that entire argument then. We didn't turn out to be a very religious household in the end, and, I'm a sinner. I sin once a fortnight. Dick joke! Well, I don't want to talk about church anymore. Anyway, I hated going to church, and the best part of going to church was watching the clock, and when it was 5 minutes till the end of church was the happiest moments of my life. Or when the Sunday school bit was on, and it happened during church. So we got to go to Sunday school while church was on across the road and do like crosswords and puzzles and colour in, and then just before church finished, we would come on in, and I always pretended to really enjoy church that last 10 minutes. I hated it. I hated it so much. Do you remember doing like, who put the cookie in the cookie jar? Jared put the cookie in the cookie jar. Oh, I ruined it. Hold on. Take 2. Jared took the cookie from the cookie jar, and then you'd pass it to Jared and Jared would go, I didn't take it from the cookie jar. Taryn took the cookie from the cookie jar. And it would go on for like literally an hour and a half of this weird circle of chanting and trying to work out who took the fucking cookie from the jar. There's no fucking cookies to begin with. Calm your thumbs. Needless to say, I was very traumatized by that argument because 9 times out of 10, I always took the cookie from the cookie jar. And it would always come back to me. For some reason, Christian would always get told he took the cookie from the cookie jar because he was the fattest one. Side note, I wasn't. I was the thinnest one. I used to be very thin. I had abs as a kid because I was so thin. It was like so thin and dehydrated that the skin like stuck to my abs and I was ripped. And lastly, do you remember like trying to blackmail people with your friendship? If you don't invite me to your party, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. I'm not even having a party. You're not even my friend to begin with. Can I please have one of your lollies? If you don't give it to me, I'm not going to be your best friend anymore. We're not even best friends. Can you do my homework for me? If you don't, I won't be your friend. I don't even know who you are. Get away from me.